Hi there, thanks for joining me for another box opening. Today we're going to be opening a box of Union Arena called Geass. So this is one of my favorite animes, and I just wanted to get a full case and then open it for you guys. So let's dig in. Alright, so here we have it, called Geass. There should be 16 boxes per, or 16 case per box. So excited to get a chance to open one of these, and let's get started. Booster box number 1. So as I mentioned earlier, Code Geass is one of my favorite animes of all time. Definitely one of the anime that I wanted to get. Probably the anime I wanted to get for Union Arena. If I'll be honest with you, it's my favorite anime. Just one of the few animes where the main character actually dies along with everybody around him. So a lot of animes these days, there's plot armor and everything, but at least in this one, the main character eats the dust at the end. But if you're one of those people that still believe that he's still alive at the end, there's always that. So I think he's done. I mean, it would be great, but that's one of the reasons why this is one of my favorite animes. So as we usually do here, we'll kind of separate it out as much as we can to start, and hopefully as it goes along, I'll probably get a mess, be a mess, but we'll see. So here's the first one, Garen. Nice. So haven't really looked at too much at the sets. I know there's different, the big one, the one I'm kind of interested in the most at the moment is the pizza deck, just because it seems a little bit fun. It feels a lot like the, it really feels a lot like the, here you go, and here you go, nice, Altar Garen, another one. So that's 2 Garens off the bat, nice. And this one's obviously the other rare, so we'll get that sleeved up. It reminds me of just the Sakuna finger deck. But obviously it's not quite the same, but it just reminds me of that playstyle, since there's a little bit more of a trying to get those pizzas into your graveyard or sideline. I'm sorry. Here's a closer look of the card for you guys. It's a nice looking card. So we'll do a better job putting this on the camera. Sorry, I was got a little bit excited there because obviously first time seeing these cards. I don't follow the JP too much, kind of just play it as I get them. And Jeremiah, nice. Nunnally, nice. So if you guys don't know, Code Geass is the first set to have a banned card. So I think in the US, they don't even have, if I read properly, they don't even have, they were not even printing that card. And it was a non-elite card from my recollection. So feel free to double check on that, but in Japan it's still banned. So, unlike the JJK where there's some limitations on the cards you can, could play, or together, like with Sakura and the Itadori. For Code Geass, there's actually a straight up ban on it. You can't even have it in your deck if you're trying to play competitively. So that's always really nice to see. Obviously, we're a little bit slow because this looks like going to be one of our action cards. Or not, maybe not. Maybe I spoke too soon. I saw some color and I kind of assumed it was, but let's see. Nice, Toda. And ooh, Suzuki. I'm not a huge Suzuki fan, so I think he's a little crybaby for most of it. And So I haven't been a huge Suzuki fan. But I know there's some people out there that are. But I don't know. He just, in my mind, he just kind of flip-flops way too much in the show. Ultimately, if you guys, spoiler alert, you guys haven't seen it, he ends up teaming up with Lelouch. But at least that's one thing with Lelouch, was that he, say what you will about him, and trust me, he's a scumbag. But he always stuck to his morals, or his beliefs, till the end. So, and he is one of my favorite anime characters. Him and Edward Elric are definitely the two that I enjoy the most. Here you go, one of our pizza delivery cards. So that's nice to see. Here's another CC card with Eevee, and another Lelouch in Order of the Black Knights. So nice to see that. And if you guys haven't, obviously like and subscribe to the channel. I do this for fun, and obviously, hopefully one day I can get my son into collecting cards or other things. But it's a nice, fun little way for me to just kill some time. Giant Pizza is another one of our cards we're looking for. But yeah, so feel free to like and subscribe if you guys get a chance. But yeah, as you guys can see, there's a lot of boxes here, so we'll split these videos up. This will be obviously video number 1. We're going to split these up just so there's you're not just sitting here watching me open 16 boxes. But sorry, I got these a little late. I ordered them before pre-release, but just depending on who I got, who I ordered from, just ended up taking a little bit longer than I expected, so I didn't get them for the pre-release. Unfortunately, I couldn't make any of the pre-release events either, so I didn't get to see that. And here's our first action point card. So nonetheless, nice. So honestly, this is my first time getting to see some of these cards, so I'm really excited and stoked for it. But it's fun, if you guys didn't see my other video, I ended up creating, there's a Power Absolute Obedience. I ended up creating 3 decks for JJK, which was way too many because I obviously was not anticipating creating that many decks. But 2 of them were just the purple decks, just messing around with the Mahito and then the Toto deck. So I've been playing that. Obviously, I haven't played it enough to fine-tune those decks yet, but yeah. Here's Lelouch, nice. Not sure if this is one of the chase cards, but anything Lelouch is going to definitely be something that I want to hang on to. And, again, this is just the first box, so there's going to be more. Are we chasing anything? I mean, yeah, it would be nice to get something really rare, get that graded. I'm a big grader, if you guys don't know, if you guys see on the channel. I do like to get some of my cards graded, a lot of my cards graded, so, sorry. Just noticed some wrong color in the wrong places. So you want to fix that, and then here's another Suzuki. But yeah, I do like to get my cards graded. So I don't know, long term, you never know how it's going to do in terms of grading. But I don't grade for the money. I grade because I like having graded cards. And if you see my other videos, I have a lot of grading display cases that I kind of need to fill up. So definitely something there where I just want to get more cards in there. And I'm not huge on buying graded cards. So here's another Suzuki red. So I'm not huge on buying graded cards. So that's another reason why I like to get my own cards graded, and then potentially sell them or just hold on to them and see what we get. And here's another one of our action point cards. So every one of these booster boxes, oh, sorry about that. Here's Nunnally, or not Nunnally, Charlotte? I can't remember her name now, sorry. But every one of these booster boxes will have 2 action point cards. So if you guys, on the last release for JJK, when I went to play in the local tournament, I got 2 packs that had the action point cards. So if you're talking about bad luck, here's a CC card. So talking about bad luck, like that's definitely bad luck. So, and if you guys don't know, like you play with the full, essentially the full packs that you get, plus or minus, you know, there's 3 cards that you have to use as action point cards. And obviously when you're getting, you know, 5 packs, you essentially lose, if you're getting 2 action point cards, you essentially lose two potential heavy hitters. So when I played, I was pretty bitter because my highest card was 4K, and obviously, and that was just 2 guys and from the whole deck. So there was obviously nothing I could really do to stop anyone once they kind of got their guys out. So super annoying, but you know, it's kind of luck of the draw, and it helps, you know, it helps because it's a little bit random. So you know, obviously, everyone's going to kind of come in with some certain expectations of what they're going to be able to do. But that was my first go at it. I would have loved to have gone to this one. You know, like this is definitely the one I would have wanted to attend, but it just didn't fit the time my schedule. And unfortunately, my local trading card shop or local shop here only have 1 event, so I can't, you know, there's just no other places to go, and I'm not going to drive an hour, 2 hours out to try to make an event, especially when I just got too many other priorities like hanging out with my son and stuff to do. So here's box number 2. I'll do a quick recap of what we got out of box number 1 first. So these are the cards, the main cards that we got. You guys can see, definitely got the Lelouch there, Nunnally, Karen, and then I think these are the 2 hit cards that we got here. So yeah, excited. So far so good. You know, I'm excited to keep opening these and see what we get. Here's box number 2. So I'm not 100% sure yet if I'm wanting to open all of the boxes. We'll see. We'll see how we get. Obviously, we might get to a point where it's just like, oh yeah, like, you know, like that's good enough. You know, we get hit our cards. Let's hold on to some of these, open them in the future, or resell them at a later time. But it's still debate. I'm still debating. Oh, nice alternate art, Jeremiah. Yeah, it's still one of those things where it's still up in the air. You know, I would have loved to have a case to just hold on to, but you never know. You know, maybe in the future when the prices drop a little bit more, I'd come back to it. But with Union Arena, it's kind of hard because, you know, next month I think is One Punch or something like that. So the turnaround time is pretty quick for the releases. And then there's also going to be Pokemon Prismatic Evolution coming out next month. So it's pretty jam-packed and back-to-back. And for me, that's just a little bit tough, obviously, on the cash side of things. Because, you know, buying so many cards is not cheap. So, but we'll see. You know, maybe this is one that we do buy another case, and we just hold on to it for keepsake kind of a thing. But we shall see. Because there's definitely one aspect of that we need to account for, so or the cash side. And we do have some interesting cards coming up too, so stay around for that, or stick around for my channel to see that in the future. Hint, hint, some Otani cards, if you guys are baseball fans. Whoa, nice. So this is my first action card that's a holo. I didn't even know that was a possibility, so that's really cool. we're gonna get that sleeve up. That's really, really nice, actually. So yeah, usually when I get a hollow action point card, I kind of just because it's usually just a regular card, but this time it's actually not. So that's really cool. Really, really cool. Hopefully that's not one of my super rares that I get, but you know what? That's actually not too bad. So, and I think I keep saying Nunnally. Sorry in the comments. It's not Nunnally. I can't even think of her name right now. I think it was Charlotte. But yeah, she's the one person who, and if you watch the anime, Lelouch cannot outsmart or beat. Not outsmart. Outsmart's not the correct word. Outbeat, just because she was pure hearted, you know. So Shirley is also one of the ones that I really liked. Obviously, she wasn't the strongest, and she was kind of like back and forth with a lot of things, but that's also one of the reasons why I like Code Geass, is because, you know, it really did not leave anybody that did not have a role to be alive. So that's the one thing that was nice about the show. I hate shows where it's like the character dies and they come back, and you know, and it's just like, oh, or they can't die because of plot armor, and it's just so annoying. Or they almost died and they survived, and yeah, that's the part where it's just super annoying. But it's nice to see that this one they did that. And you can see here, yeah, like this is just another regular action point card. So we got our 2 action point cards out of the way. Let's see what else we're going to get now. But again, you know, like maybe that hollow action card is the one that ends up taking up the other super rare. So usually in these booster boxes, what you'll see is 2 super rares and 2 super rares and 2 super rares and 2 action cards. I mean, that's usually kind of how the deck goes, or the pull rates go for each. And then obviously you could get an all art or a, you know, a chase card, but again, those are, you know, that would just end up replacing one of your super rares. So, and I don't know about you guys, so I actually just saw this this one. I kind of brushed up. This is the first 3 energy card I've seen. So if you guys have seen one in some of the previous ones, please let me know. But this is definitely the first. This is probably the first 3 energy card I can think of that I've seen in any of the sets so far. So very, very interesting and very, very strong in my opinion, because that really can help you set your board really quickly. But I think, from my understanding, green is not that strong in this set. I think that purple was the strongest one in this set. But red is the most interesting because of the pizza aspect. But I think purple with the Black Order or the Black Knights was the way to go. But I could be wrong. But that's what, if I can recall, just seeing other content creators say. But, you know, again, feel free to double check me on that. So there's another Gearing. And we're, you know, almost on the box number 2. So pretty interesting here. Let's see what else we get. You know, I would be interested to see if they're going to do a second print of Code Geass, because unlike CC again, Shirley. So unlike Bleach, where they've already announced a second set. I'm curious to see if they do the second set of Code Geass, only because, you know, it obviously ended, like there's an ending to it and it finished, but just some of the additional either spin-offs or follow-ups. Like, I don't know if there was. Oh, here's a second. Oh, so we do get a second action point card. So it looks like these were the two, and then this was our rare for the one, our super rare for the set. And if you guys look really closely, let's see if you guys can see that. Yeah. So we'll see. But yeah, with Code Geass, that's one of the things I'm just curious, because I definitely think they could do. I'm a big Hunter x Hunter one fan. I definitely think they can do another one for Hunter x Hunter. They didn't even touch the Chimera arc, so I think there's still an opportunity there for that one. But they haven't even announced that one, so I'd be surprised if they would announce a second set for Code Geass. And obviously they have so many more IPs still on the way that I just, don't know if they get to it anytime soon. So, but we shall see. I definitely think, or I definitely feel this is going to be one of their stronger sets to play in terms of in the meta and in the overall competitive landscape. So I think it just will last a little bit longer than some of the other ones. But I don't know. There's so many IPs out there. I think they announced Gintama just recently, so my brother is like super stoked on that one. So that's definitely what he's going to be waiting for. But yeah, overall, that's pretty good. So our 2 hit cards, I think, out of this box was definitely these 2, the Hollow here and then the Jeremiah Altar. So let's get into box number 3. And yeah, I got a lazy there, so don't worry about that. But let's see what else we get. So here we are in start of box number 3. Kind of already been stacking up our cards. Let's see what else we get here. Another Suzaki and a CC. Nice. So I like CC, so I know she may not be huge on a lot of people's list, but I actually do like CC. I'm not a huge CC fan, but I do like her for her role and everything. So she's essentially the glue in many ways. So Kaylin, I'm a huge Kaylin fan. I actually think she's just as strong as Suzaki. Here's our first action point. So I actually think she's just as strong as Suzaki. Suzaki just always gets the one up on her with the better mech in the show, and so that's what always kind of ticks me off. So when they're actually pretty close in terms of mech size, she's actually not as bad as she's pretty much on par as Suzaki. But if you guys, again, spoiler alert, if you guys do watch the anime, you do know that because Lelouch uses the Geass on Suzaki, he has that one little edge of not being, or having to live. So when he uses that, or when that kicks in, it kind of gives him like a, like an extra, if you guys have watched Gundam Seed, that seed goes off kind of a thing. And so suddenly he just becomes like so much better, so much stronger. And so that's the shitty part of how he always ends up beating her or like barely gets away from her kind of thing. But in terms of combat ability, I think they're almost on par with each other. Neither of them are that technical. That's obviously why there's Lelouch, because that's where his strengths are. And and that's one of the reasons why I really like the anime is they don't make him this like super OP character. He's just outsmarts all of them. You don't see that a lot, animes these days. A lot of these animes, and especially because 90% of the anime I think like are isekai these days, where the main character is just OP, right? Like One Punch, obviously, Sword Art. Like there's just a lot of the animes now where the main character can just do everything, and so he gets the girls, he gets everything, and you know he can just pretty much do it himself. He doesn't really need anyone. But at least in this one, he stays a little bit grounded, and he's super weak. You know, physical fighting ability, he's like probably the weakest. But where his strength is in his strategy, and that's where they say, you know, pen over the sword kind of a thing, and that's really where it hits home in this anime, and that's why I enjoy it. So here's a nice Gawain. Lancelot is also, we also put a Lancelot there, so yeah, that's why, you know, Geass is such a solid anime. I would definitely say if you are just needing something to do, kill or watch, go and watch it. It's one of those animes where you're just going to be like, wow, I cannot believe what just happened, or what the hell just happened. So obviously it's a little bit on the mech side. If you're not into mech, it might turn you off, but watch it beyond that. You know, I'm a big mech guy. I enjoy Gundam. Really wanted to get into the Gundam card game, but there's just so many option cards right now. Like it's definitely, you know, the prime. Like if you're trying to get into a card game, like it's definitely prime. This is the prime card era, I would say, or the golden age of trading card games. You know, they just announced League of Legends. Gundam also just came out, and the artwork on that is amazing. You know, good luck trying to get some of those cards right now. Like it's so difficult right now. Almost like a One Piece when it came out, and I'm shocked. Like I am shocked as a huge Gundam fan. I am shocked that it is doing so well, but the artwork looks really solid. And the reason why I'm shocked is because it's competing in the same space as Geass, as Union Arena, as One Piece. You know, like they're all Bandai, so it's really interesting just to see them perform. Like the demand would just be there, and obviously you have something that's been around like Dragon Ball that just hasn't picked up. That's my biggest worry with Union Arena and potentially Gundam is it going to have that long-term or stability? I was very skeptic of One Piece because of that, but look at it, it's probably one of the strongest trading card games out there. I would say right after Magic, right after Pokemon, and I think Lorcana is ahead of it. And I think that's just going to be the case, and then it's going to be One Piece after that, like number 4. But that's really strong for a card that just came on pretty recently. The only reason I think Lorcana is going to continue to keep beating it, and you know, Union Arena, is just because they're just a wide demographic, and it is so much more for casuals. Like there's like playing Lorcana, there's just so much less, so many ways to win, you know, and a lot of it is just based around the fact that you're not battling each other for lives and, you know, battle points. It's either you can stall and win, you can here's another Garen. You can stall to win, you can, you know, attack and win. Like there's so many ways to win. It's so much more diverse and challenging, because I was playing with my brother on it earlier on, and he just stalled, and I could not do anything about it. And I was like, "What do you like? Can I not kill you? Because I can't do anything. You know, like I can't." He's not setting any of his guys to attack, so he's just stalling and then just collecting lore. So it's like the most annoying thing ever, and that's one of the things that I was just like, oh my gosh. And from my understanding, there's no limit on how many cards you can have, character cards you can have down, so you can get them all out. It's just like, good luck trying to stop them, you know. But yes, that was definitely one of my experiences playing Lorcana, and it's fun though. It is so fun. You can do 2-on-2s, you can do 3-on-3s. Like, it's definitely a fun format to play, and I think it just is a different challenge than some of these where it's a little bit more of like, hey, you have to beat the other character. So it does. People who aren't so pervy to attacking and being aggressive, like a game like Lorcana, like, is perfect for them. Oosh, nice. So that's box number 3. We're gonna open box number 4 now, and let's see, you know, we're a quarter of the way, or so if you guys watch Code Geass, comment in the put in the comment your favorite character and who you guys think, you know, or what you guys think of the ending. Like, I like the ending. You know, it definitely ends on a tone where it's like there's an ending. You know, like, it doesn't leave you on this, hey, like, I wonder what's gonna happen, or, you know, what does the future behold. It's like, no, like, it kind of ends with like a main guy dying, and you know, and there's some sort of ending to it, rather than just kind of leaving it open. I hate open-ended endings. It is one of the things about anime that bug me the most. Like, that was one of the biggest pet peeve of mine with Bleach, and that's why I was not big on the Bleach set, because I was very upset for Bleach for the longest time, just because they did not give a proper ending to it until the 1,000-Year Blood War arc, which, you know, came like 10 years after or something like that, and it was just so frustrating, because I feel like growing up, it was Bleach, Naruto, One Piece. Like, that was the main big 3 in anime, and like, outside of that, it was like everything else was like secondary then. So those are the big 3. Obviously, Naruto's spun off into Boruto, which I'm not a huge fan of, but that's where I just felt like Bleach really just missed the mark on that and shit. I know the author wanted to finish it, but it was just one of those things where it was just like, yeah, it just left like a huge gap of like, okay, is that it? Like, whatever happens to Aizen, whatever, you know, there's just a lot left that they don't cover. So I'm glad that the 1,000-Year Blood War is definitely where it should have ended, versus, you know, where it did. But at least it got an ending, and I'm glad that the anime is coming back. But it's also just taking forever. Like, I know there's a lot. You know, there was a lot in this 1,000-Year Blood War arc, but it just seems like it's taken so long to finish. I think so far it's now on season 3. So for me, it's just like, hurry up. You know, you're kind of dragging your feet on this a little bit. I know they're trying to maximize their income, but still, you know, whoa. So this is my first time seeing a 8 energy card. So maybe that's why you need that 3 for the that 3. But whoa, that is definitely a big jump up in terms of energy. So, and that's a 5,000. So, yeah, interesting. Very, very interesting. So there's a couple interesting ways to, you know, play these. It's, yeah, so it wasn't Charlotte, so sorry about that. It was Euphemia. I can't even say it right now. So, but yeah, she's a 3-star or 3 energy. So that makes sense if she's trying to, they're trying to pull out a 8 energy plus Suzuki or Lancelot. So that just goes to show you how interesting this set really is, you know. And that's why I would say this set probably has one of the better long-term values play. So definitely something to keep an eye on for this one. Will it be as strong as JJK or some of the other ones coming up? I don't know. You know, honestly, I don't know, but I think it will still be very, very strong. I think the cards are nice, and definitely characters are good. Like, who doesn't want CC cards, you know? I think CC is definitely going to be, well, cards that people are going to want, so, along with, you know, some of these other characters, Lelouch, for example. So I think it definitely will have some long-term value in terms of just from a collecting standpoint. So when I say long-term value, I typically mean from a collecting standpoint. Obviously, I'm more of a collector than a player. I play for the fun of it and just to, you know, kind of have some stuff to do with my younger siblings. Obviously, because they don't play sports. So this is my one way to connect with them, and it's, you know, fun way. Obviously, it costs a little bit of cash, but it is always nice to just find ways to still connect to them. And obviously then that just means cards for me to collect for my son for when he gets older. Maybe one day he'll get into it and these might have value or they'll be worthless. So CC. So near the end of box number 4, and probably do 5 boxes today just to kind of get there. We'll start to organize a little bit and then we'll go back, continue on to the rest of the boxes. But overall, pretty good. Let's see some of these cards. So I just want to, you know, go through after. It's a little easier when it's not so many cards because now, you know, a little bit of it will be organizing. There's a CC card, nice. But that will give me an opportunity to just look through the cards, read them, see how I would play them. Here's your action card, Suzuki, Jeremiah, another Suzuki card. And a little bit of a mix up there. So another guy, Gawain. So we got one more box. So if you guys are still on or still watching, hang on tight. We're gonna get right to it. So I've opened some of these boxes, card boxes with my siblings, and one of my siblings, sister specifically, loves to use scissors to open cards, and so for me, that's like a big, oh my god, like you've got to be kidding me, kind of a thing. But she usually uses scissors just so she doesn't have to tear them open. But that to me is so scary, just because of the opportunity of messing up and cutting a card that could be worth, you know, who knows how much. And this sad thing, or I guess good thing, is she has like some of the best luck in terms of drawing that I've ever seen. So to me, that's just like, oh, please don't cut that $100 card. Because I don't know what I would do. I would might scream. But in horror, of course, not at her. But, or maybe at her. So who knows? Here's another pizza card that I've been looking for. I mean, obviously, I think at this point we should have enough pizza cards aside from the main cards that we're going to need for setting up. Another CC card, nice. So this looks like, got a quick peek, we will see. Hopefully we did not ruin the surprise, but it looks like this might be one of our rare cards. So here you go, here's our Lelouch. So nice to see our Lelouch rare, or is it considered rare or alt art? Alt art is the correct term for it, but at least we got one, so that's always nice, and it's a part of the red deck too, so that's always nice. So that means it's going to probably have some value. Caitlin. And keep watching, because we're definitely, if you guys haven't liked and subscribed, please like and subscribe. We do have I am going to have some big news coming up soon. Obviously, it's going to be pretty exciting for me, and where we go with some of this stuff. So definitely stay tuned for that, because we are growing and we're definitely excited of some of these new opportunities we're going to be exploring coming 2025. So just wanted to throw that out there. But there's another Suzuki. But yeah, definitely I'm excited for what's going to come. We're going to be doing some really good things and grow this channel and, continue to find more opportunities out there. So and I'm going to do my darndest to get all of these out to you guys before the new year. So I just want to be able to share some cool card openings with you guys. These are always fun to do. Obviously, it's still a newer set, and we don't know what the value of the fellowship is going to be long term. But hey, the one positive thing is that we're seeing a lot of massive growth in the trading card space. So one of the brands that I follow very closely, which I'll show you, or you guys have seen my other videos, I bought a lot of stuff. I've been getting a lot of things from them, is this brand called Vaulted Collection. So they're going to be a very big player in this space, you guys. Just let me tell you guys on that. Like, if you guys haven't heard, or if you guys wanting to know what's going to be, what brands are going to be showing up in the near future, like, that's definitely a brand that you're going to hear a lot more and more of, and definitely want to be one of the first ones to kind of be on board. I know they're already doing a lot of influencers and stuff out there, so I would say jump on board with that, guys. Like, get on early. They're going to be a good brand to be a part of. So definitely am advising you guys on that. Not sponsored anyway, by them, but I would definitely just say, like, they're a brand that you're going to want to pay attention to. Wink, wink. With that said, guys, let's continue to keep seeing. We're getting some good also nice cards here. So I'm definitely going to have to get some more boxes for these. So here's a Lancelot, another Garen. So I'm definitely going to have to get a new box for this. But I'm also running out of space. So this is going to be something that I need to keep an eye on, because running out of room space. And on one hand, I'm getting more cards. On the other hand, there's another guy win. So that makes, I think, 3 of these now. So by the end of this box case, I'm probably going to have 4 of those. So that's going to be pretty cool. But yeah, aside from that, I've been collecting fish. So for my little boy. And starting a little bit of a shrimp aquarium as well. So definitely fun times here on this side, but definitely need to make sure, you know, we still have time to make video and content for you guys. So that's why I continuously want to still find time to put time and energy into this, and it's hard, you know. Having a 2-year-old is definitely not easy. Here's your second action point card. So that's why I have a lot of back videos that I still have to get out there for you guys, but we'll get those videos out and watch, and obviously like and subscribe on those videos, and that way we can continue to keep putting out good content. Here's a Kaylin, which is nice. So, alright guys, so we'll take a pause there, and then we'll come back to open the rest of the packs. Thank you guys.